because it doesn't make any sense
No,
that
just because,
there would be a conflict.
but you know something, if we just do the
It
checkerboard,
doesn't
we're
matter. It
fine.
doesn't matter, yeah, but she was
Because we're hitting the
curious.
key spots,
Yeah,
and that's what we're looking for.
yeah.
Joey tonight, so he won't be here. This is Joey from the kids.
Are they all in the
He's,
resolution?
I don't know if their names are all in there or not, but Joey is a senior, and the two young ladies are in the 8th grade.
Okay,
So
for sure.
the two ladies will be here and,
One of them for sure. But Joey.
That's the one there,
Yeah,
right?
that's one of them. So, Rex only heard from the one that's here. He didn't hear back from the other one. But both of the ladies are 8th graders, and Joey is a senior at mainland.
Okay, he won't be there.
He will not be here. He's working tonight.
It's a shame.
this says, is that Robert Joseph? What they call him Joe?
He said Joey.
It says Robert Joseph.
Yeah, they call him Joey, yeah.
I was just saying how impressed I am. It gives me faith in the next generation.
I know.
Yes.
The way those essays were written.
They're really good at it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, have some faith.
Yep.
Country survivors.
It's nice to know there's some youth out there that really still cares about this country.
Good, how are you?
You saw my email to the parade.
Yeah.
About, because Rex went on to do it and wasn't sure. They each had to pay $100. So I don't know if you saw, but she answered, I don't know if she answered the call.
Oh, that's here.
We're gonna wait for that. So she said they're not, as long as they're not a business.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
That works, yeah.
vehicle credits. But that didn't cost anything. That's just one.
First place winner is Julian Wilson, bids to won the competition. Second place winner.
Callan, you and your wife signed my petition?
Yes, we're fine.
Okay. I guess next Republican Club. I don't want to bother with it now. I don't know if it's a technicality of these or we're at a council meeting signing petitions or
Yeah,
not.
I don't know if
I
he's
don't,
here or not, yeah.
no.
Also, Ann said he didn't speak about it at the commission. If anybody has any questions, that's why he's
That resolution.
You need them to say anything. It's ready for the package. Yeah, just all that.
Yeah. It's like you hold your breath until you actually see it. It's like,
It didn't start at first, so I had to redo it, but now we're
That
good.
seems to be at least 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, it is bad.
How many people actually wrote? We had the 3 winners. How many people actually wrote? Do you have any idea? Huh?
There weren't too many that wrote.
Yeah, okay, so we don't want to bring that up.
No, but he's,
Thanks, Joe. Good, man. How you doing?
Right.
All right.
Councilmember Perry, would you mind signing this resolution?
Yes.
Right.
Well, for a good cause. Yeah, it is. Okay. Now them roads looking, getting better, right? Yeah. Nice. Oh, yeah, it's warming up. Things are-
Thank you.
That sidewalk.
Very nice.
Okay, thanks. Oh, I'm sure.
oh yeah, what are your favorite food?
Jason, you'll ask Tom about the ordinance.
My son's dog.
Duval. Nice name for a dog.
Diva. D-I-V-A. Yeah.
These are all the same things. So we don't all just-
All right.
How you doing?
You look great.
Tom? Hey, Tom, how you doing, all right? Yeah.
Howard.
Oh, man, sure I do. Shoot. No, I gotta go up front. Otherwise, I'd be the same old me.
What the hell you need? What do you need now?
I represent the people, so I dress like the people. At least I get a haircut every once in a while. Yep. My days of having my hair down to my shoulders are long gone.
Me too.
Long gone.
Well, you take a little bit out of time.
My kids have a couple pictures with my hair down there. My kids just crack up.
They do.
They go, wow, you can't believe.
Never had it.
Yeah.
My kids crack up when they see old pictures when I had the mustache.
Oh, yeah.
I grew my mustache when I was in the service. I've never taken it off since.
Service?
In the service.
That's what I did.
Yeah, 1969, 1970.
That's exactly when
I grew it and
YouTube.
I did have a beard at one time, but I shaved that off. Had to be too much trouble to maintain it. And I started to go stride. My wife goes,
That's because he's clearing up.
but I had it like,
Not be the best stuff.
I guess like 2-3 years. And
Years, 15 years.
I had it shaved off. My kids' heart, they looked like they didn't even recognize it.
Yes,
It was like,
I shaved it off one time.
Old, yeah, but over 50, I don't recommend.
Now we can shave their mouths, get them all cleaned up like you.
Yeah, man.
Be perfect, man.
What's that?
Get them cleaned up, go to the same place you went.
another problem is
No,
the beard keeping red.
I'm gonna stay like this.
I had reddish blonde hair when I was younger, but when the beard came in, the beard was like red.
Good evening, everyone. This meeting is called to order. Please rise for the flag salute.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May I have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Habercorn?
Here.
Councilmember Owen?
Here.
Councilmember DeCampolis?
Here.
Councilmember McCary?
Here.
Councilmember McGuigan?
Here.
Councilmember Dill?
Here.
Council President Johnson?
Here. Also with us is Administrator Frost, confidential assistant to the city clerk Canuccio, city solicitor Smith, city engineer Snyder. The mayor is a little under the weather tonight, so he apologizes for not being here. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided. The agenda for this meeting is posted in City Hall and on the city's website, summerspointgov.org. I need a motion to consideration of the 48-hour waiver for resolution number 72.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And I think if everybody's here, are they here? Are they here now? You think?
Just one, I think. Just one.
Okay, I'm going to move around the agenda. We're going to do resolution number 72 first in the interest of everyone's time here. So, do resolution number 72.
Resolution number 72 of 2024, congratulating the Summers Point VFW Auxiliary Essay Contest winners, introduced by Council Members Dill and DePamphlis. Whereas Summers Point Veterans of Foreign Wars, VFW, Post 2189, has been a beacon of support and advocacy for the brave men and women who have served in foreign conflicts and ensuring their voices are heard and their sacrifices are acknowledged. And whereas Summers Point VFW, Post 2189, Auxiliary was established to support the VFW post. And whereas the National Veterans of Foreign Wars Organization has created an annual scholarship competition known as the Patriots Pen Contest and encourages all communities to participate. And whereas the Summers Point VFW Auxiliary Post 2189 held a 300 to 400 word essay competition open to Summers Point students, grades 6th through 8th, on How Are You Inspired by America? And whereas the National Veterans of Foreign Wars Organization also created an annual scholarship competition known as the Voice of Democracy and encourages all communities to participate. And whereas the Summers Point Auxiliary Post 2189 also held an audio competition open to Summers Point students, grades 9th through 12th, on what are the greatest attributes of our democracy. And whereas Summers Point Auxiliary Post 2189 Essay Judging Committee chose first place winner Julia Wilson, who advanced and won the district competition, and second place winner Olivia Angelo. And whereas Summers Point Auxiliary Post 2189 Audio Judging Committee chose Robert Joseph Wilkinson Jr. as the first place winner. And now, therefore, be it resolved that Mayor Dennis Tapp and Summers Point City Council wish to congratulate Julia Wilson, Olivia Angelo, and Robert Joseph Wilkinson Jr. on their patriotism to our country and wish them great success on their future endeavors.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll gladly make that motion. Second.
Any comments?
Council President?
Yes.
Just first of all, I'd like to thank the VFW Auxiliary for running this competition and being as successful as it was. And I'd like to also congratulate the winners because they, in today's world, it's difficult sometimes to find people who have the enthusiasm and the patriotism to speak out or to write about this country. And I certainly appreciate everything the VFW and the students who participated in this endeavor. Thank you.
Madam President, I couldn't agree any more with Howard Dill. I mean, I read the essays, they were fantastic, and all three well-deserved with those scholarships, and I'm sure that'll help out a lot. And thank you, the VFW, for putting that out there to help out these students to move ahead in life.
I would like to add that I also read the essays, and it gave me a renewed faith in our next generation. And we only read the negative stuff about our young people these days, and this is the stuff we should be talking about. So the essays were amazing. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 72 is adopted. Would you like to come forward?
What are you doing tomorrow? Huh? What are you doing tomorrow? We can talk to each other. Hmm?
Madam President, I think you just gave that document to the future leader of the city council here in Summers Point.
Oh, my God.
Whenever you're ready.
Joe.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we'll move on to the agenda here. Anyone have any communications to offer?
Madam President, I'd like to, I'm sorry, I'm jumping in, sorry. Thank you.
That's okay. Unfortunately, our mayor isn't here.
You're enthusiastic.
Committee reports. Do we have any committee reports to offer?
Yes, Madam President, I'd like to offer a committee report. Each council person has a handout titled Committee Reports the week of 2/5 in front of them. In the future, I'll email those so we're not killing trees. The New Jersey State League of Municipalities is running a Show Off Your City contest, photo contest. The deadline is this Friday, and Dan Myers was nice enough to put some pictures together to submit for us, and we'll see how that works out. Thank you, Dan. The Environmental Commission and Green Team had a meeting on Monday. Mr. McGuigan was there also. Attached to your the handout, you'll see the topics that were discussed at that meeting. EDAC had a strategic planning subcommittee meeting on Monday also, and we came up during that meeting with 3 strategic imperatives. You'll see those in your handout. And the Garden Club met, that was Tuesday night. ACUA did a presentation on rain barrels, the collection of the water coming off the roof so that you can water your gardens and also prevent it from running out in the streets. It was a very informative presentation, well done. That was done. And also, the Garden Club is putting together a bus tour on Thursday, April 25th. They'll be visiting the Brandywine Museum of Art and the Newmore's Mansion and Garden. So anybody that would be interested in that, you can pick up the application off of their website. So thank you.
Thank you. Any other committee reports? The parking committee, we did have a meeting. We discussed the parking fee for handicapped spots for disabled, for handicap parking spots. It came up that there is a fee for handicap parking spots, and we've decided, we're recommending to council that we waive that parking fee for any disabled vets that apply for a parking permit for a disabled parking spot. Anyone have any comments?
100% disabled, correct? Or any,
Any disabled vet, yeah, that requires a parking spot, a disabled parking,
Any disabled vet.
right.
Madam President, I fully support that idea. Our veterans do a lot for this country, and I think they're well deserving of that small token of appreciation.
And you'll tell us what we need to do that? Is that an do we have to change an ordinance or a resolution? Ordinance? Okay. Also, just to give a quick update on the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Atlantic City that council's going to participate in. All of our paperwork is in, and we're going to be doing that in conjunction with the Corvette Club. They've offered to let us ride in their cars, so which will be really nice, especially if it's not a warm day. So all of that is done, and that's on March 9th, if anyone wants to join us. Any other committee reports?
Madam President, last Thursday, we had the Recreation Board had met here. They approved a couple applications. One was for a high school baseball league, which is going to basically take place from June 1st through July 18th. Sponsored, it's a nonprofit, but it's basically brought on by Joe Bunting. He's really involved. He's a good guy, so that's on the, that got approved. Also, kind of repeat that we have every year in August, the Marine Science Education Day Camp, which will run from August 19th through August 30th, from 9 to 2 p.m. down at the Summers Point Beach, Monday through Friday. Children from K through 8th grades are welcome to take part. And last but not least, coming up soon, we'll have the gates operating at both the boat ramps at both Kennedy Park and over by the 9th Street Bridge. All right.
Thank you, everyone. Could I have a motion to approve the minutes from the January 11th, 2024 meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The minutes are approved. Ordinance number 2, 2024, and this is our second reading.
Ordinance number 2 of 2024, an ordinance vacating a portion of West Maryland Avenue in the city of Summers Point, County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey.
May I have a motion to open for public comment on ordinance number 2, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now open for public comment on ordinance number 2.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. John Helbig, 106 East Dawes Avenue. I'm going to ask City Council to delay action on this ordinance. The major site plan that this street vacation of West Maryland Avenue would be required for is before the zoning board next Monday evening, the 12th. The zoning board has previously, the applicant came in and bifurcated their application. This is a piece of property right behind Weinstein's Plumbing off of Groveland and Gould Avenue. There are some significant concerns. I think it would be better, I don't believe it sends the right message for our council, our city, to begin the process of donating land to a private developer before that developer has received approvals from our board. So at this point, I would simply ask that council delay action on this ordinance. Thank you.
Thank you. Could I have a motion to close?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Mr. Smith, do we discuss this, or Mr. Helbig's request, or are we?
Well, let me,
Get your recommendation, please.
You can discuss it.
Well, what,
You're the council, then you vote on it.
Can we
get your
go to table?
recommendation, please?
You go to the table, you need an application though to table this.
I'm sorry?
You need a motion to table.
Okay.
And
Someone's got to make that motion, someone's got to second it.
I'll make a motion to table it until at least the next council meeting.
Second?
I wanted to discuss it.
Yeah.
I would like just some clarification, if you could, please.
Well, now we've got the motion.
I'll withdraw my motion.
His motion's on.
Okay.
You already got a second.
Okay.
You got to vote on that motion.
Okay.
I know something about the rules, not a law. I was trying to slow that down, but that's okay.
Okay.
If we,
Yeah, you have a motion before this council, so you have to vote on that.
am I allowed to ask another question? About the motion.
You're the president.
My question is, if we don't pass the motion to delay it, since that's already on the floor, but then we discuss it and then we decide we want to, because we don't really have enough information to make a decision.
Listen,
All right, never mind. Never mind.
I think I don't know what we would be discussing, because it's obvious that we don't want to infringe on the zoning board's application. So therefore, all we're basically doing is tabling it until they can take action, make recommendations, and then move forward. Okay.
That's correct. I mean, I just,
But we already did vote on the vacation. Last year. That was my only,
part of it, didn't we?
that was my only.
It was a straw vote.
It was a straw, it wasn't a formal vote.
Because, here's my personal problem with this, is that I was not at that council meeting when you had that straw.
Okay,
Okay, so when it came up, I was a little confused. I gave Jim Franklin a call who covered it, and then he said, no, council was going forward with this. And so we had this discussion today, Mr. Frost and I, that I sort of went the tail end of this. I didn't understand the project. I wasn't here during it. And I understand partly what's going on. But
okay, so we just need
and I
time
understand
to,
procedurally, I mean, what Mr. Helbig has asked for isn't unusual for the planning board or the zoning board to put requirements on something in advance. I mean, we just dealt with, we're dealing with 809 Center Street, and that's yes, you can do this, but you have to go back to council to get something done.
okay,
So,
all right, so do I need a roll call vote, or can we just? Okay, all in favor of
Table.
tabling, yes.
So the motion on the floor is to table, correct? Okay, just want to make sure we're all clear.
Yeah. So all in favor of tabling ordinance number 2?
Yeah.
That's right.
Any opposed? Okay, we'll table ordinance number 2. Further discussion.
Yeah, all of a sudden I feel like I'm important.
Got the suit on, that's right. Married.
Okay, we'll move on to resolutions. Could I have a motion to open for public comment on resolutions only, please?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now open for public comment on resolutions only.
Tricia Pearson, 587 Marks Road, Summers Point. The telecommunicator, is that a dispatcher?
Yes.
Okay, so this was, you had this up before and you're just confirming it now or something?
We had
I mean, we haven't.
we had someone, not retire. Someone left.
Oh,
We had
okay.
another one leave, right, Jason?
We had one resignation.
We had a resignation, that's the one.
Okay, okay, I understand that part. Okay, the new attorney, okay, it says, for redevelopment. What about COA?
We already did that part of it. This is, she's going to be our attorney for COA and redevelopment.
And development, some development too?
Redevelopment,
Are we getting the most out of this attorney?
yes.
Okay, all right. And are you paying attention to we need the taxes lowered, even if
Always.
it's 1 cent? Even if
Always.
it's 1 cent,
Always.
okay? All right, thank you.
We're doing our best.
Hello, everyone. Dan Myers, 429 Shore Road. I'm just here to give a little talk about, briefly, hopefully, about the Arts Commission, what we're doing. As you hopefully know, we try to keep all of our activities free to the public. So that's one of our main goals, and also to serve the underserved as much as possible. Some of the new things I just want to touch on that we're planning for this year, in addition to what we did last year, is in April, we are looking at a caregiver child art workshop. That'll be where a parent or guardian will bring a child. The child has to be 8 or 9 years old at least, and do an art project together. So that is one of our things in April. In June, these are all new things in addition to what we normally do. In June, we're going to offer a calligraphy course. in August, we hopefully will have a music event at the mansion. It's called the Acoustic Cafe Coffee Bar. So, and one of my comments about what we already did in January, we had a reception, a photography reception at the senior center. We budgeted $600 for that, which we actually did spend for the food and for different things. And we ended up selling 10 of the photographs for $60 each. So we got all that money back. So we budgeted 600 and we made 600, so that's, hopefully that's going to continue in the future where we are able to offer where we are putting out money to produce, because the Arts Commission pays for a lot of the things that the participants do, and if they want to take it home, if it's a monetary thing, not like a small piece of art or something, we're not going to charge for that. But in this instance, we thought $60 was a fair price if anybody wanted to actually purchase their photograph, which we printed and framed. Any questions so far? All right. We currently have all 9 members' seats filled, which is really great. I don't think in all the years I've been on the commission we had 9 members. So we purchased a gallery hanging system for the senior center, which is a permanent. It's there. It's beautiful. So we can have exhibits all the time now. It's a very flexible system. It's designed to not damage the walls. It's awesome. And one of the things that happened with the Arts Commission that I think is especially interesting is that we're getting spin-off organizations. For instance, the Poetry Society was begun through the Arts Commission. So now we have a regular monthly meeting at the Senior Center for the Poetry Society. We don't really have control over it. The Arts Commission is kind of keeping their hands off of that, letting that operate as an independent organization. We're there to help them in any way we can, but it's just a spin-off. Another spin-off from the Arts Commission is the Creative Flow Writing Group. So we're getting, and so they're going to meet once a month at the Senior Center also. So it's very interesting how by keeping the arts going in Summers Point, we're actually stimulating new organizations to come about and making sure that people know the Senior Center is available for these types of things. Now, we're not, here again, we're not actually controlling the Creative Flow Writing Group, but we're there to support it in any way we can for publicity, things like that. My only thing that I want to say that may not be as positive or great news for you guys is that there are some cosmetic changes, cosmetic improvements we would like to see at the Senior Center. Some painting, spackling, things like that would be awesome. If you could possibly stimulate a little faster action on that.
Is there a list for that?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a list of those?
I could provide it very easily.
Why don't you email it to me?
Sure.
Thank you.
It's nothing that I think the Public Works could easily take care of this.
Dan, I've been in contact with Jason after some of our conversations, and Jason is working on getting the cosmetics done with our own folks in-house. So hopefully you'll see those changes very quickly.
Awesome. I just thought I'd bring it up. Okay, thank you so much for your support, and I think it's going to be a great year. Oh, we did change the art and the park from June to September. So
What's the date in September?
it's the last, I think we're still looking at 2 dates. We haven't quite, there's a couple conflicts with the MS Bikeathon. We want to make sure we don't interfere, cross it over with that. And another event that we're looking at that we have to, we don't want to have a conflict with. But it's either going to be the middle or the third, the middle Saturday or the third Saturday in September.
Also going to add to it, it's good to see that the building's being utilized, the senior recreation building.
Sure.
I mean, the photography exhibit, I mean, just knocked it out of the park. I mean, it was,
Thank you.
it was good, you know, because like the hours that you had, you know, it was like a group of 20 coming in and other people
Yeah.
that were there earlier had left. It just worked out. It was smooth. It was great. And thank you for it. Look forward to other projects that we have there.
This Saturday, we're
Ward
doing,
two.
this, matter of fact, this coming Saturday, we're having a art, I guess what would you call it, a art education project where we're step by step teaching 20 people at a time how to paint a landscape. And that's every Saturday for the next 4 Saturdays. Okay? Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just thought I'd give you a little summary.
Absolutely, Dan.
Can I have a motion to close?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I do want to clarify one thing on Resolution 65. That is the second dispatcher we're hiring, and there was one resignation. So I believe the Budget Committee and the Safety Committee are aware of the circumstance.
Okay, yes, okay. Okay. Resolution number 62, please.
Resolution number 62 of 2024, resolution approving program of activities to be undertaken by the Summers Point Arts Commission during calendar year 2024.
May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Any comments? I just want to add, Mr. Myers, thank you very much to you and your group, because this is quite an extensive list of events for the year. It's great. I'm looking forward to them. So thank you for that. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 62 is adopted. Number 63.
Resolution number 63 of 2024, resolution of support from local governing body authorizing the fiscal year 2024 local recreation improvement grant application funded by the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 63 is adopted. Number 64.
Resolution number 64 of 2024, approving an emergency management shared service shelter agreement among Linwood, Northfield, and Somers Point.
May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 64 is adopted. Number 65.
Resolution number 65 of 2024, hiring a full-time public safety telecommunicator.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Oh, second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 65 is adopted. Number 66.
Resolution number 66 of 2024, authorizing the usage of contracts with approved state contract vendor Xerox Corporation pursuant to NJSA 40A:LL-12A and NJAC 5:34-7.29C.
May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 66 is adopted. Number 67.
Resolution number 67 of 2024, appointing attorney to represent the City of Somers Point in matters involving redevelopment matters, namely Amanda Mazzoni.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 67 is adopted. Number 68.
Resolution number 68 of 2024, authorizing executive session. Any pending or anticipated litigation or contract negotiation in which the public is or may become a party. Any matters falling within the attorney-client privilege to the extent that confidentiality is required for the attorney to exercise his ethical duties as a lawyer. Advice of counsel and attorney-client communication regarding the status of litigation involving the city and its zoning board entitled Garden State Outdoor LLC versus City of Summers Point Zoning Board, having a docket number of ATL-L-143-23.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any comments? I would just like, executive sessions will go in, we'll postpone those until the end of the meeting in the interest of everyone's time. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 68 is adopted. Number 69?
Resolution number 69 of 2024, authorizing executive session, any pending or anticipated litigation or contract negotiation in which the public body is or may become a party, any matters falling within the attorney-client privilege to the extent that confidentiality is required for the attorney to exercise his ethical duties as a lawyer, advice of counsel and attorney-client privileged communication regarding the status of anticipated litigation involving a tort claims notice served upon the city by counsel for Summers Point Diner, Incorporated, and John Exadactylos on January 22nd, 2024.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 69 is adopted. Number 70?
Resolution number 70 of 2024, authorizing executive session, any pending or anticipated litigation or contract negotiation in which the public body is or may become a party, any matters falling within the attorney-client privilege to the extent that confidentiality is required for the attorney to exercise his ethical duties as a lawyer. Advice of counsel and attorney-client privileged communication regarding the status of litigation involving the city entitled Bay Point Motel Incorporated versus City of Summers Point, having a docket number of ATL-C-000085-24.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 70 is adopted. Number 71, please.
Resolution number 71 of 2024, authorizing executive session, any pending or anticipated litigation or contract negotiation in which the public body is or may become a party, any matters falling within the attorney-client privilege to the extent that confidentiality is required for the attorney to exercise his ethical duties as a lawyer. Advice of counsel and attorney-client communication regarding the status of tax court litigation involving the city and entitled HPT-IHG 2 Property Trust versus City of Summers Point, having docket numbers of 010711-2018, 002101-2019, 003548-2020, and 003141-2021, and Sonesta Suites versus City of Summers Point, having docket numbers of 004442-2022 and 002590-23.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 71 is adopted. Okay. Anyone have any old business to offer?
Madam President,
Yes, Mr. McGuigan.
it's not very old business, but I want to go back to the street vacation. And just a couple questions. First off, Mr. Helbig indicated that the application for site plan approval will be at the zoning board. Is that correct? Yeah, zoning board. Is that correct? Do you know that? It's not going to be at the planning board.
Zoning board.
Okay, so it would go back to the zoning board. we vacate the street, if we were to vacate the street before, which we're not doing now, and the application were to fail, there's nothing within the ordinance that I saw that would revert it back to us, or that guy would just own that land with a defeated application? Would that be the case? And honestly, I'm just asking what the procedure, okay, all right. I still have the floor when you finish then. I do have a follow-up. Go ahead.
This is what I was referring to 809 Center Street, where the planning board,
There's the zoning board, too.
the zoning board, yeah, they put the contingency relative to a drainage
Basin.
And if that doesn't occur, then the approvals go away. Here I don't know, like as I said, I'm sort of behind the eight ball on this one, but I'm not sure why it got bifurcated. I wasn't, the way I understood this was all done already, that this was just a contingency on this, and that I didn't realize they separated this out, and I'm a little surprised with that, but that's okay. Everything can sort of be brought back together, but you would certainly, if they don't go ahead and build it, it's not technically a reverter to like the property.
Correct.
We don't own the property. It's a street vacation.
But if we vacate it, he owns it.
Sure, what?
If it was to be vacated, the property owner owns that piece now, regardless of what he builds there.
And see, here's, I have a question for engineer. I mean, what are we doing with the other half of that parcel?
That's another strange spot where the whole thing goes over because of the way the map was drawn when the
He gets both sides of it?
yeah, because the other side was
But he
the,
owns the other portion?
No, the other side is the field, is recreation
when
property.
that was, when that road was created, it was split up, that the parcel for the field didn't give up, that was never part of the right-of-way, so they don't get that back.
We don't get that.
Yeah, we don't get that back.
My follow-up question, if council desired, if council, and this is sort of, I guess the horse has left the barn, but if council wanted some sort of improvement in exchange for vacation, is that a proper thing to do? And would it be our request, or could, and I, you know, want to go to another board that you may or may not want to comment on what you should do or not do, but could the zoning board request an improvement
They could,
of some sort?
it's going for a site plan approval, they can make certain, if they can impose certain requirements. Okay, are we on the same page?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so they can impose certain requirements. I'm not sure what you're looking at. You yourself can go and stand up and say, I'm Sean McWigan, I happen to be on council, and these are my requests, and you do the following. You can do that.
I always thought that would not be proper, to be honest with you.
Well, you could do it as a citizen, right? You wouldn't necessarily mention that he's a councilman.
I'm a councilman 24/7, buddy.
For a long time.
So can I just ask,
Well, you don't need to announce it at a public
That's
meeting.
true.
is this, so this ordinance is not contingent on them getting their approvals and vice versa?
Well,
Or-
I think that's why we,
That's why we,
That's why we're saying it.
That's what we
okay.
Yes.
All right, so we just have
that's
to,
my guess.
okay.
Well,
Like I said, this was kind of.
Right, so it appears to be some uncertainty here. Who's going to unwind or repair that, or fix that uncertainty?
Well, you are,
Well, it's
right?
really up to the applicant to fix this. The applicant's going to go in and make an application, they're going to suggest.
And the city's going to be represented with an attorney and an engineer, too, so.
And the meeting's on Monday, so before our next meeting, you'll know what they decided.
I'm going to bet $1 that perhaps the engineer might be calling.
Well, that's why I would hope that somebody communicates with them tomorrow if the meeting is on Monday.
That mean, I'm not even sure what we're even discussing conceptually
I don't
as
know.
to improve.
Well, that,
Are we talking a structure, or are we talking?
let's say, a fence.
I don't think that's not our, I don't
No.
think that's
It's
our,
not our call on this.
that's not our.
Luckily, we have an engineer here tonight who's heard all this. Yes.
It is a lucky night.
Any other old business to discuss?
I am not quite sure this is old business, but I have another subject. Is anybody aware of a proposed traffic light on the intersection of Ocean Heights and Shore Road?
Yes.
The county has been planning that, yes.
Has that been put in front of this board, this body?
The two county roads.
County roads are not our roads.
All in the 559 Shore Road are both
I
county roads.
understand they're not our roads and it's not our light, but I mean, I would think that they would ask.
My understanding is they don't have funding yet for that, so they're in preliminary design.
Isn't that in the design though, the overall design of what we're, everything that's being done on Shore Road?
Well, we're staying away from that intersection because we
I
don't
didn't
want
know
to
it
install.
extended all the way down there, did it?
Goes to Ocean.
Yeah.
To Ocean or Ocean Heights?
Ocean Avenue.
So we're staying away from that
Ocean
intersection.
Avenue.
We're going from
take my
Gulf
jacket
to
off.
Ocean Avenue.
Ocean Heights is outside of that zone.
Yeah, it is, but we could have went to Ocean Heights, but
The amount of
we
knowledge I
met with
get
the
when I put
county.
this jacket
They
on.
said they were planning to do improvements in the next couple of years, and we didn't want to put handicap ramps and then have them rip them out.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so we haven't offered our opinion on that.
No.
And we don't, and what you're telling me is the county doesn't care what our opinion is.
Typically, I think they have public information positions, but I don't think they're
Yeah.
at that point yet.
Okay. Linwood, thank
Right.
you.
Well, again, isn't that another situation where the county will hold a hearing on it? And if a citizen wants to come and, a councilman who's a citizen wants to come in and voice his opinion, he can.
We don't have any of those.
Just don't have any,
I'll just make sure my county taxes are paid off.
there you go.
Okay. Any other new, old, not old business? Not very old.
Any kind of business.
Any new business? I need approval of a social affair permit application for Volunteer Fire Company Number 2 for an event on March 2nd from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. I'm assuming their paperwork is in order?
Yes.
Thank you. Anyone? Everybody okay with that?
Sure.
Yes, sure.
Okay, and also an approval for a social affair permit application for 609 Cornhole, New Jersey, Inc. on March 9th, 2024, from 11 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. And also assuming their paperwork is in
Yes.
order. Everyone okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Discussion of the bills, Mr. Frost?
Certainly. This evening, we have a bill list in the amount of $2,209,135.04.
Okay. I did finally get the other 12 pages. Is that you? That's on.
Oh, yeah, I voted, yes.
Could I have a motion to open for public comment, please?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Anyone from the public wishing to speak, please come forward and state your name for the record.
Maureen Helbig, 106 East Stalls. I have a question. Has the committee been formed yet for the budget?
Oh, yeah, we've been working on that since the beginning of January.
Oh, well, the last meeting I asked if the committee was formed and it hadn't been determined yet? Yes.
Yeah, all the committees are,
Oh, okay, because last meeting I asked and it hadn't been, the budget committee hadn't been formed yet. You talked about Mr.
No.
it's done.
Okay, so who's on it? That's my
Done
question.
when all the other committees were done.
Okay.
Myself, Mr. Dill, and Mr. McGuigan.
Okay. All right,
It's
and,
also on the city website, too.
All the committees are on there?
Website, yeah.
Okay. All right, and I have a comment. We have 3 paid professionals here that are called upon to give important responses, advice, and I simply ask that they speak into the microphone so that we can hear. Okay? That's my request. I've asked about it before, I've talked about it before, and I think that the fact that all of us come here and sit in this audience and try to participate and care what's going on, we'd like to hear what the professionals have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rob Hopkins, 587 Marks Road. I just want...
That's not
Everybody
not right.
knows where I live. Thanks for speaking into your mic, Greg. I just wanted to touch back on ordinance number 2. Thank you for tabling it. I fully disagree with that project in general and think it's a horrible idea, but that's for the zoning committee to decide. I bid on a property in town this afternoon. I was outbid. I was one of 13 bidders, outbid by $60,000. We're in the hottest real estate market still in Summers Point here in the history of this town. Can we sell a property instead of vacating a property? Why are we giving property away to giant developers? Can we sell property instead of giving it away if a project's going to be done?
We don't technically own that property.
But they would own it for free.
They already own title to the property.
The-
Right away is just.
I understand.
It's an easement of it. They already own it. So by law, if we vacate it, they get their property back. In front of your house, you own absolutely all the street. So if that street was of no use, and we've done that over the years in these alleyways, it goes to the adjacent property owners. So I keep saying, and I really wish I had done this many meetings in this one, and now you don't know exactly what happened, but this property is not owned by the city. We didn't have a right of way over it. The right of way is up to you. You can't sell that if we didn't own it.
But they need it because they don't want to go in the other way. But they need that street because they don't want to go in by the
It's not
apartments
going to
over
be an
there.
entrance.
It's not going to be an entrance?
No.
They just want that property.
It's just squared off. It makes it.
So maybe not relative to that one, but I would say in the future, if we could sell them instead of vacating any for free.
An example is down by the High Banks Apartments.
Mm-hmm.
That property actually was sold, I think, for like $300,000, portion of that. That's not about right?
Yeah.
In that last sale?
Yeah, that was, so long ago.
Yeah.
The one that's for sale?
The one that's for sale again now, that one you're talking?
No, it's not at this point, but if the city owns the underlying property, it's not of public use, like the criteria, we can sell that property.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Motion to close?
I'll make that motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now closed for public comment. Can I have a motion to pay the bills, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. We'll take a 5-minute recess before we go into executive session.
Kind of good.
All right. Post from him. Wow.
I know. This is the last time I dress up.